So we're talking about, can we make marriage great again? So I'm going to pose the question over to you. Can we make marriage great again?
Yes, anything's possible, right? It's going to take a village. It's going to take both people to have the common ground that you want to make this thing called marriage work.
Let me back up for a second. Define to me what you think a great marriage is.
In my own personal opinion, in my own words, what I think or define what a marriage is, and I'm not going to go on to the biblical, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go on between man and woman, right?
Okay.
First thing I was going to say, for the listeners, we need each other. That's
Correct.
number one. So regardless how the conversation may go, the basis of what I'm going to talk about today is that we need each other.
Tambourine hands.
Okay? Won't start there. So when it comes to man and woman, we need each other. And for it to work, right, in a concept, and I'm just going to hit some nerves, it has to be 50-50. And I'm not referring to bills and paying this and all that. You're pouring yourself. I'll just say this. Before marriage, we're two individual adults, right? I live my way. For example, when you're single, you live your way.
Correct.
We got two people now that got to mesh together and have to work through a lot of things to come to a common goal.
Mm-hmm.
And the common goal should be the family.
Correct.
So you got to pour in your good and bad traits and his good, bad traits, but you have to work through them, right? Because it's not going to be easy. We're all individuals at one point, and we have to come together and be one. So there has to be a common denominator, like, listen, I know that things may not be good or rocky, but we have to understand that the main goal is the unity. I'll say this, because I'm still married. So when I got married, or I am married, when I made that decision that, hey, I'll choose you, my wife, this is it. I thought once I put the ring on, family, I'm done. It's easy. That check mark done. Cool. I'm married now. What's next? No. You put that ring on. We're just now getting started.
That's when the journey begins. And I think that's an interesting perspective. I'm going to give you my perspective. My perspective is very similar to yours, but I'm going to use different numbers. You have to bring 100% of yourself to the relationship. So I don't believe in 50-50 in many ways, right? And, you are very familiar with me and my ex. You were actually probably one of the first viewers we had on a regular basis when we started 2 years ago. And what we used to talk about is you have to bring 100% of yourself to the relationship, because there are going to be certain points where he's on 80 and I have to show up completely and fully for him, because all he has for me is 80 that day. Or all I have for him is 60 that day. And he has to show up for me to compensate for the part that I just don't have today. And I agree with you. Like, in my first marriage, I knew that it began once we walked down the aisle. So for people to go into marriage willy-nilly, not thinking that this legally binding, like, it binds you. When something binds you, it means that you are together. Right? It's a bonding, it's binding. And it's it's easy, guys, just so you know, it's very easy to get into marriage. It's hella hard to get out of marriage. So if you're getting married to someone, I feel like you have to understand that you're marrying the current version of them and the future version of them. What does that look like? What does that look like? Are you okay with that? Are you okay with who they could be? What if your idea of who they could be doesn't evolve? Are you okay with that? Are you okay if your person is just who they are today for the next 40 years? Because some of us, as women, a lot of us marry potential.
I knew it was going. Not potential.